Slim Man's Big Guy Fashion Liquidation.
It's nice to join this full explanation, right? You did very well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You know, when I first heard about this, I was having very, very bad back pain with inflammation on my back. And also I had very high blood pressure. So I took for about a month. After a month, my pain, I could not walk. I could stand, I could walk. The pain was greatly reduced. But the amazing thing is my blood pressure. My blood pressure completely went down, and the doctor took me off from the blood pressure medication. So now I'm not taking blood pressure medication anymore. And my back pain is way down, way down. So I thank God because I know it works. That's
Wow.
my testimony. Yeah.
Well, it's
It
an amazing
works.
testimony. Just think
It
about
works.
it. You just said that you were not able to walk. You were always sitting down because of back pain. And now you're able to stand and walk again. That's
Even
amazing.
sitting down, I couldn't sit. I couldn't sit for a long time. I had to lie
Wow.
down I had to lie down most of the time. Whenever I sat, I could not sit for long. I would be having so much pain on my back. I couldn't sit for long.
Wow.
And my doctor, my physiotherapy, I was going for physiotherapy twice a week, spending about 150 a week. But then the physiotherapist told me that it was inflammation. I had to sit and put ice on my back. Whenever I sat, I had to put ice in order to reduce the pain. But now I can sit, I can stand, I can walk. Yeah. I thank God
Wow.
for that, for the
That's
drug.
amazing. That's amazing. And you
Yeah.
see, I don't want to put the medical system down, but again,
Right.
this is an eye opener because they just said, okay, it's inflammation. You have to put ice and you have to do
Yeah.
therapy, and that was pretty much where medical science stopped. They stopped right there.
Yeah.
There was not
Even
an
the
extra
expense.
level of helping you.
Yeah.
They pretty much
Even
just
the
said, okay, use
expense.
ice, and that's it.
Yeah. Think about the expense. Okay, people say that this thing is expensive, but I was spending $150
A week.
a week because I was going for physiotherapy twice a week, and my insurance was only covering $50.
Wow. So
Yeah,
$150 a week, your insurance was
yeah,
only covering $50.
exactly. Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, now imagine what you can save, you can
Oh,
you
yeah,
can redirect that expense into doing the products.
exactly.
It's actually
Exactly.
it's going to cost you cheaper than
It's
150 a week.
cheaper. Exactly. And the renewal, the one they call the renewal one, the one that really renews, like that one, when you take it, you will sleep like a baby. It gives you so much rest. You just feel good when you wake up in the morning. The renewal product, you just
Wow.
feel fresh in the morning. Yeah.
Wow. That's really just amazing. You see,
Yeah.
again, friends, for all of those listening to us, it's an amazing testimony. Because what I want to say is that I don't want to put the medical system down. No, we thank God for
Yeah.
doctors
No.
and hospitals, surgeons. But
Exactly.
again, look at the limitations of our system. We just have to be, honest that the limitations
Yeah.
are there. They just told
Oh,
her
yes.
use ice, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so
Mhm.
this is why we got to get the word out that there
Yeah.
are alternatives. If the body is receiving what it's supposed to receive, good things start to happen. And even for those who are a little bit familiar with the Bible, in the book of Revelation, God is talking about the leaves that are for the healing of the nations. So there is a concept of natural healing through leaves, through plants, vegetables, fruits, nutrition. So it's not anything new. It's something that's always been there. Even the Bible refers, leaves for healing of the nation. So thank you so much, Dr. Harriet, for this amazing testimony. Really, just think about it, friends. $150 every single week.
Oh yeah, me, I know that this thing works because when you first told me about it, I was reluctant to spend that much money. But then when I said, okay, let me try for 1 month and see what happens. But I saw the changes that at first I could stand and walk and not feel that much pain. When I started seeing the changes, that's when I said, okay, and even with the physiotherapy, after a while, I stopped going for physiotherapy. Yeah,
Wow.
because the physiotherapy was making things worse. And then they would tell me to put on ice. And when you put on ice, you're bound to get a cold. If you keep on putting ice on your back, it gives you a cold at the end of the day.
Wow. Incredible. So physiotherapy made things worse, you said, and then they said you
Yeah,
just put ice, and then you put the
yeah,
ice, you catch a cold.
exactly.
My goodness.
I was always getting a cold from the ice on my back.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Friends, you see, just because of this testimony, that's another incentive for us to really go out there and get the word out. The whole concept of Fit for Destiny and what I want to do with this project. So it's a first. And as you come back next week and as you start to spread the word and bring your friends and colleagues and co-workers and those that definitely need help, that need to come and listen and discover what we have, we're going to grow this community. The vision is really to grow, a diverse community, because there are so many different communities and specific demographics sometimes that we'll never ever even hear of some information unless we go, and get the word out. See, so we have an opportunity with the communities that are connected to us. So wherever you are, you can all do the same thing and grow this community here. So, and you will see as you come back every Tuesday, you will see, the attendance will grow because we are really taking this far. And so what I'm also going to be doing with the Fit for Destiny movement. So now we're going to be using this Zoom to teach and to train people to get information out and all that. But there's also going to be events that we'll be doing. I'm not ready to start an event like right now, but give me a few weeks, and we'll be starting to do events here in Calgary as well. I'm going to start with where this whole deal starts. And I didn't know when I got introduced to these body balancing drops that hormones were so important. So these are signs of a hormonal imbalance. And this is really where a lot of people are struggling, but they simply don't know. I see some people posting online that, okay, I just go to the gym and I eat well, but it's not enough nowadays because all the foods that we eat have, barely anything in it anymore. In terms of vitamins and minerals, a bowl of spinach in 1953 could nourish somebody in terms of nutrients. In 2026 now, you would need 80 bowls of spinach to nourish somebody in terms of vitamins and minerals. So we cannot just say that I can just eat well and go to the gym and I'll be fine. That's no longer true. It may have been true 40 years ago, but no longer today. So mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, fatigue, feeling tired, chronic fatigue. This is something that we see more and more, weight gain. And we can even add, the list is even bigger than this one, but I'll just, keep it simple for tonight. Now, you may be seeing yourself in some of these scenarios. Maybe you know people who feel this way. They told you they felt that way. So this is where, it all starts. And I feel that everybody has some sort of hormonal imbalance. Everybody. Why? Because of the foods. It doesn't matter which grocery store you go shop, whatsoever you're going to buy there will create some sort of hormonal imbalance because we're no longer eating natural foods. So everybody is suffering from some sort of hormonal imbalance. Everybody. We're all going to feel it differently, but we're all hormonally imbalanced. So now what we offer here is really what everybody is really looking for. Most people are looking for, feeling better, okay, living with no pain, having more energy, having, your mobility, feeling, agility, mobility, more energy. We have products that help people enhance libido and intimacy in, for example, in marriage life. And you'll be surprised to find out how many cases we have nowadays of low libido and issues with men having erectile dysfunctions, or women simply not having libido, and things like that. It's very, 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 very frequent, and it's also linked to the hormones. And we have all kinds of solutions for that. People want to sleep better, feel rested. People want to have a healthy metabolism, want to look good and have a skin that can glow, and all that. And it doesn't matter at which age you're at. We kind of all want the same thing. Now, so one of the fun thing about our company is that it's a debt-free company founded 3 years ago by a pastor, and his partner is an assistant pastor. So they were basically Darren was the founder, was the pastor of the congregation, and John was the assistant pastor. And they just came on a huge deal with 4 or 5 companies that were going bankrupt because of coronavirus, and they simply invested. They have invested, and we have a debt-free company, over 50 markets. It has a solid infrastructure, and it's led by the best that you're going to find in the industry. We have a Bill of Rights that is protecting us. And so also those who are partners, of course, because you can also be part of this community using the products as a preferred customer. And those are the 2 gentlemen I was talking about, John and Darren. And the company right now is recognized globally as the company who's experiencing the biggest growth. So we are number 1 in global momentum as per Business from Home magazine. So there's more than 100 products that were developed, and these products will touch on different types of industries, and you're going to find, we can satisfy people's needs regardless of what they really need, in the sense that we have products that will help people with protein and nutrition, daily health, detox, energy and focus, weight management, immune system, healthy aging or anti-aging, hormonal support. I mean, it's a very wide range of different offerings that we have. So the concept is from farm to pharmaceutical. And so we have some of the best products out there. If you look at the noni juice that we have, it's one of our flagship products, and it's all grown naturally. We own farms from all over the world, different places. Like the noni juice is coming from French Polynesia, from Tahiti, and we have a factory down there. We have our the farms, so we own farms. And recently, we just bought new farms in India because we're coming up with a moringa product by the end of April of this year. End of April, early May, we're launching 3 moringa products. And moringa is known to be the most nutritious botanical on earth. So, and the doctor who's putting together the moringa products, he's actually the biggest moringa formulator of all time. And he traveled recently to India, and we've bought, lots of land and moringa farms. So we do everything that way. It's all grown organically in different farms, and it's really the concept of from farm to pharmaceutical. And that's pretty much our the concept that we're working with. Now let's talk about these drops, these famous drops that everybody's talking about. So we have 2 different blends with the drops. We have the homeopathic version that you see up on the screen, the Slenderix or Slenderix and Accelerate. That's what we used to have in Canada, because I'm talking to you from Calgary, Alberta. So I'm in Canada, but maybe I'm talking to somebody tonight who's from the States. So if you live in the United States, that's the version of the drops you have, the homeopathic version. But in Canada, we used to have the homeopathic version, but now we're using the day and night version. And that's the version that is approved by Health Canada. And we have a huge Health Canada stamp on it. They were so impressed by the product that they really gave us a long list of all the good things that we can say about what the product can do. So these drops were designed to rebalance your hormones, to help you with your metabolism, to help you with the food cravings, to help you with your body starting to function the way it was meant to help you with the burning the fat, reshaping your body, improving sleep, improving libido, improving energy, improving so many different things, thyroid issues or insulin issues. We have so many different examples and miracles when it comes to diabetes, and we cannot make claims of treating or curing diseases. Of course, we're never going to make claims, but again, we also know that when the body receives what it's supposed to receive, good things start to happen as long as the body is receiving what it's supposed to receive. So all of our products are clinically proven by and recommended by doctors. They were formulated by doctors who still practice. For example, Dr. Ray Strand, who is the formulator behind the drops, he's still practicing and he recommends our products to his patients. So it's all natural, it's safe, and it's effective. It's hormone and stimulant free. So these products are just, I've never encountered such a formula, such a solution. Those are the drops that I've been taking and I'm still taking. And they've completely changed my life in the sense that when I started to take them, it took me maybe a month and a half before my appetite was completely regulated. And gradually my body started to shrink. And I wasn't even realizing it was people telling me, oh my goodness, your face is shrinking, it's shrinking. And then, yeah, I started to notice that, whoa, okay, my clothes was getting bigger, because it's not just that you're losing the weight. There's an effect here of shrinking and dropping the pounds. And sometimes you actually shrink before you even see the weight, the scale, your weight on the scale move. But you can actually see your clothes getting bigger. And in my case, as you saw in the videos earlier, I mean, the jackets that I used to wear that were tight on me, now they're like huge, huge coats. So my body definitely shrunk. I went from obese, even though maybe people didn't think I was obese because I'm 6'2", but I was obese in my own capacity. And today I went from this obese guy to a slim man. That's actually became also my nickname, in social media. Everybody's calling me now the Slim Man. But yeah, I really became officially slim. Like I completely changed body types, almost like physiologically, I changed body types. And this is really what we see with the amount of testimonies we see all around, all over the world. You really see how people change body types. Now, this is the NPN number from Health Canada. So this is, sometimes people want to see it. This is just the proof that indeed, this is approved by Health Canada. So just to come back a little bit more on the drops, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the day and night drops. So the day and night drops, they are herbal only. The homeopathic version, that's homeopathic and herbal. So the Slenderix bottle, that's homeopathic. The Accelerate bottle, that one is herbal, adaptogenic herbs. Okay? And the adaptogens, what they do is they help your body self-regulate. They help your body being normalized. They help all of your body systems to function properly. Now, the one that we use in Canada, the day drops, that one is going to help with food cravings, metabolism, burning the fat, all of that body, rebalancing. That's really what it's going to do. It has an amazing chocolate taste. And so we take them 10 minutes before we eat. And there are little specifications that are kind of different, from one formula to the other. But again, get back to the person who invited you tonight and they can just give you all the different details. For example, if you take the day and night drops, it's going to be 0.70 millimeters. No, milligrams, sorry, not millimeters, milligrams that you're going to put on your tongue. But if you take the US version, the homeopathic version, it's going to be 0.75 milligrams that you're going to put under your tongue. Just little specifications like that. But you can get all these details if you can just talk to the person who invited you tonight. So yeah, that's the day drops. And the night drops, Health Canada authorized us to be, to say that these drops actually fight inflammation while you sleep. That's amazing. Just the idea that while you're sleeping, the night drops are fighting inflammation. And if you knew, I don't know if most people maybe don't know that most diseases come from some sort of inflammation in your body. Yeah. So this is another way to say that your night drops actually fights the reason, the cause for diseases while you're sleeping. It's fighting the cause of most diseases. So this is amazing. But the other formula doesn't have that night formula, that night solution, because you only take them, during the day, and of course the evening, for your evening meal with bottle number one. That's the homeopathic version, but it doesn't have a night formula. That's why our folks from the U.S. are always like, we want to have the Canadian version. But again, overall, even though it's different ingredients, they do the same work. You will lose weight. I actually lost half of the weight I lost with with the homeopathic version, and I lost the other half with the Canadian version, the day and night drops version. And actually, the day and night drops, that's the version we have all over the world. It's really only in the United States that we have the homeopathic version. In Europe and all the countries all over the world, it's all the day and night drops. That's the formula that's been approved by most governments all over the world. So yeah, so all of our products, they're all guaranteed, tested, proven. We have more than 1,040 annual tests that are conducted on the products, more than 215 clinical studies published with our products, and more than 30 physician endorsements. So you're going to really, this is, the best that you're going to find out there. And next week, I'll be able to show you how we have some of our products that are even in the PDR list. What's the PDR? It's the Physician's Desk Reference. It's a database in the United States where doctors can go consult medication before they can prescribe them. Even though our products are not medication, but some of our products are found in that list, meaning that in the US, doctors can prescribe our products. So that's amazing. So so when you look at how the drops work, it's really a 24/7 balancing system, really made simple. You're really going to feel steady energy, focus day by day as you start to take them. You're going to feel deep restorative sleep, as you just take them, you're going to see that your sleep is going to get better and better, better quality sleep, better deep sleep as well. And when you wake up, you feel all rested and filled with energy. You're going to feel this round the clock metabolism support. You're going to see that your cravings will change, your appetite will be under control, your stress and cortisol will be all balanced 24/7. So it's really like a 24/7 continual balancing system. And you're going to see also that your hormones will just go back to normal. And when your hormones start to function properly, miracles starts to happen. Like we have a lady in Quebec, she had a brain tumor when she started the drops, and within 60 days the brain tumor disappeared. But she wasn't taking the drops for that. That doesn't mean that everybody will have the same result, but it's good to know that when your body starts to function properly, anything is possible. Like we have all kinds of different testimonies, really.
Hi, Popo. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for attending.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. For me, it was like when I started the drops, the first thing I noticed was I finally woke up and said, "Oh my gosh." I used to wake up and say, "I can't wait to go back to bed." And then when I took these drops, I'm like, "Oh my goodness." I haven't said that in a year. I haven't said
Wow.
that in a year. I have more energy, but also for me too, it helps with sciatica pain.
Sciatic
So I
pain,
used to
like
get,
a
yes,
sciatic nerve?
yes. So it helps with pain that I used to get. I just had like 2 months before I started these drops, I used to get this pain in my back, like just all the way down to my knee. And then I started the drops and I haven't had that. I
Wow.
find it like, yeah, so that's good. My husband's sugar levels are lower. We lost weight. I lost 30 pounds. He lost 40,
Wow. I didn't know
right?
that.
So, yeah, so it's amazing. I don't want to come off with the drops at all, so just keep them coming.
Wow, wow, wow. Isn't that amazing? Wow. It's especially with the pain, the nerve pain, the sciatic nerve pain. That
Yeah,
it
that
went
was
away completely. And again, you see, I don't want to bash modern medicine, but again, modern medicine didn't have the solution for that because you kept
right.
pain for all these years and you started the drops and that's it, all gone.
And my husband's headaches are gone and his knee pains are gone. So it's just like it's more than just weight loss.
Hmm.
More than just weight loss. I'm sorry.
Wow. So you said so migraines. So what were these migraines? Can you give us a little bit more details?
Well, he had a head trauma like
Who?
10 years ago. My husband had a head
Oh, that
trauma,
was your
so he,
husband. Okay, yeah. Okay,
yeah,
I
my
didn't hear that
husband,
part. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, he gets the migraines. So he hasn't had them in a year. So they get so bad that he gets seizures. So he hasn't had that in so a year. No migraines, no
Since he started the
headaches
drops.
since he started the drops. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's incredible. The cravings, um, just like for him, he always picks junk food. But as soon as he started the drops, he would just like go when he would go somewhere to get something to eat, he'd like look at healthy things. He's like, I
Hmm.
want healthy things. So
Yeah,
that's
because
very rare
your
for
body's
him.
telling you.
Yeah. So it's very
Hmm.
rare for him to want healthy things, but on the drops, that's what he wanted.
Wow. And what about I heard something about knee pain. Who was having knee pain? You or him?
Him, my husband, having the knee pains.
It's all
So
gone
he has,
now?
yeah, all gone now. Energy, more energy, better sleep, better like, how do you say it? Like a deep sleep,
Hmm.
right? You feel like refreshed. Like I
Wow.
used to say that I haven't slept well in 26 years.
Wow.
You know,
So,
from when
okay,
you
so
have
you
the
had
kids,
sleep
right?
problems for 26 years?
Well, yeah, because you never sleep. It's not like you always wake up feeling tired, right? With your kids and all busy and stuff like that. So for 26 years, I always used to wake up saying, I can't wait to go back to sleep. I
Wow.
haven't said it in a year.
Wow. And you wake up now and you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I'm refreshed. I never leave home without my drops. They're always in the car with me, and I never not take them. It
Wow. Isn't that amazing? You see, just some
is.
powerful testimonies, powerful, powerful testimonies. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, well, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Carmela. I didn't even know that, and we've been
No problem.
chatting, by text, but I don't even know how. I've never even, I knew you had your results, but somehow I'm really discovering all these things tonight when we've been chatting, for quite some time, and I didn't even know that. Wow. Thank you for sharing.
No problem. Have a good
Wow.
night.
Thank you. You as well.
Thanks.
Okay, wow, amazing testimonies. Wow, just amazing. This is just night number one. So this is a product that I also recommend, Advantage. But Advantage is a game changer. I've been praying for a natural, zero stimulant free fat burner, and I could never find any. All the fat burners always had lots of caffeine, and it gives you the jitters, it gives you chest pains and the tremors, and it was just not a good thing. So I was never a fan of the fat burners that you find in the industry. But finally, last year, through our company, they came up with Advantage. It's a play on words. Ab for your abs, and Vantage for advantage. So it's a play on words. Advantage. So it's an amazing product. Really, I take it daily, and this is gonna reduce the fat, the visceral fat from the belly, the waist, and the hips, and also the visceral fat inside your body, the one that goes around your organs. You see, when you buy meat and you're cutting a piece of steak or pork and you see all the fat around the meat, well, inside our bodies, around our organs, it's the same thing, exact same thing. So when you're taking Advantage, it's also going to go remove the visceral fat around your organs inside your body. So it's really an amazing multidimensional solution. It's not just for, losing your belly, reducing your waist and your hips, but it also does amazing work from the inside. And it was made with the grains of paradise straight from Africa. So it's a zero stimulant solution. When you take it, you feel nothing. Everybody should be taking advantage, unless you're really, really, really slim and almost skinny. But I would say everybody should consider advantage, because there are a lot of people who look slim but who have they call them a skinny fat. They are skinny, but they do have fat. And I used to be like that before my body really gained lots of weight. Even when I was a teenager, I looked thin, but I had lots of fat in my body. And I was talking to somebody recently who looked really really slim, And I was asking him if he knew people who needed help with their weight and stuff like that. And he said, well, yeah, myself. I may look slim, but I have lots of fat. I'm actually a skinny fat, he said. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. I forgot that we did have people who were skinny fat. So I really recommend Advantage to almost everybody, unless you're really, 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 really skinny and you have your abs all out, because visceral fat around our organs, you may see somebody slim and then they just fall of a heart problem. Why? Because they had such all the fat around their heart, wrapping up their heart, but they look slim from the outside. So Advantage, I just recommend it. You may not take it, you may not take the dosage that I take, for, weight loss. I take 4 caps a day. You may just take 1 or 2 a day, just moderately. But I do feel that this is something everybody should consider, because nowadays, it doesn't matter what you buy in the grocery stores, it makes everybody burst. Everybody's bursting in fat in some ways. People are just gaining. It may not be gaining to the point of becoming obese, but everybody is kind of not too in shape. So I would say Advantage is something that I really recommend. We have many other products, and as we go through our Zooms on the Tuesdays, I'll be covering other products such as, we have products such as MOA. I talked a little bit about the noni juice earlier. MOA is the mother of all of nutrition, the nutrients. And this product here, I'll be, sharing more on other products that we have, like the MOA. This one has 36, nutrients, superfoods. I mean, not nutrients, but 36 superfoods. And each superfood can carry, tons of nutrients. So MOA is like another flagship product we have. It has these, 6 medicinal mushrooms, and each one of them will come with a long list of benefits for your health. And if you look at some of the benefits, look at these inflamed, feet or legs, with such a, big inflammation. Look at how it goes back to normal just after 2 weeks. Look at how MOA is helping people. So, I mean, we have so many other products I'll be able to share as we go. I like the Renew as well. Renew is an amazing product we have as well. This is your longevity, companion. You want to consider Renew for your longevity, because it's going to renew your cells. We become younger at the cellular level. We are nourished with the HGH, the youth growth hormone. And because if you are 65 years old, you're actually aging 125 times faster than a 12-year-old, child. And as we grow in age, our bodies are producing less and less HGH. And Renew, you take it before you go to bed, and it has so many amazing benefits. So I'll be able to share some of these products, maybe not all of them for sure, but I'll be covering some of them gradually. You'll see we have such an advanced science, some of the best products that we have out there. So but I'm just gonna, in a nutshell, explain, okay, so how do we actually, get involved? How can we acquire these drops or Advantage or the noni juice or the MOA or some of the other products we have? So this is what I'm gonna cover right now. And the drops, we really consider it as our flagship product. It's really the flagship product. It's so viral. It's so in demand as well. Because I've never seen, like I said, I've been in the industry for 13, 14 years in natural health. I've been an entrepreneur for 18 years, but in natural health for 13, 14 years. And it's the first time that I discovered product like the drops. I've never seen such a concept elsewhere. So this is really, really our flagship product. It's so much in demand. And we also have the noni juice also, who's really, really our, another flagship product that we have. And the company has received so many different awards. So we are really, really well awarded and respected, in the industry. And the future is so bright with the company itself. So you can acquire the products retail. You can grab a box of drops retail from your brand partner, the person who invited you tonight. You can get a link from them, or they can resell, cash, directly, and they can hand you a box of drops. That's number one. Okay, so anybody can do that. You can just, buy retail. But again, you can also subscribe and save. What does it mean? You become a preferred customer. It's free to do this. You don't have to pay anything. You don't create an account. You're just subscribing, for saving. So you're actually going to save 15% from the retail price. Okay. For example, if on retail the drops are $236 Canadian, for example, on retail, if you subscribe and save, instead of paying $236 plus tax and shipping, you're going to be paying $200. That's the 15% discount, and you're going to have a monthly subscription with the 15% discount. So you subscribe and you save, and every 4 weeks, the company will ship you your products. And so this way you never miss out. So that's miss out on the drops or on any of the other products that you want. And so some people are happy to just do solution number two, or you can also consider what a lot of us have been are doing, is to get your own account. And this one here will cost, if you live in the US, $29.95 US one time fee, or in Canada, $37.95 one time as well. And in Canada, you have to add the taxes as well, depending on the province where you live. So the taxes will vary. For example, in Quebec, they'll pay $43 and change. In Ontario, $42 and change. In Alberta, it'll be $39. You see, so depending on the province, it'll be different amounts in Canada. But it's a one-time fee, and you become a brand partner for life. So you have your own account. And what's the advantage between option number two and option number three is that you save another 15%. So from the retail price, here now you pay 30% less. Here you pay 15% less, and you don't have your own account. It's just a preferred customer account. But here you actually have your own account, and you're actually saving 30% on the retail. So instead of paying $236 plus tax and shipping for a box of drops, you're actually going to be paying $166 plus tax and shipping for one box of drops. So lots of savings right there. If you live in the US and you became a brand partner, and you decided to take the 4-pack, that's the 4-pack is 4 boxes of drops. It gives you enough for 4 months. Okay, some people may also want to resell 3 of them and keep one, and it actually makes your own box for free. Because when you sell them retail, you pretty much recuperate the money you invested in there. But again, if you want to use it for yourself, a 4-pack is a good move. Why? Because a good hormonal rebalancing takes about 3 to 4 months. So when you take the 4-pack, you have enough for, to give yourself a serious shot. Like I really recommend, if you really want to do this, give yourself 3 to 6 months minimum to really give yourself a real chance of seeing your body really starting to change. I don't recommend just coming like that quickly and taking it for one time and trying it out. I really want to say, invest in yourself, invest in your life. You have a purpose. So it's important. Your body carries your purpose. Your body carries your destiny. So you really want to make sure that you give it your best. So the 4-pack is one option. In the US, when you take it, it's $371 US dollars. If somebody wants to resell them at 167 retail, you're actually making a profit of $297. It's just an option. You can consume it or you can resell, because when you become a brand partner, you're actually also operating your own virtual store with all these products. So you can definitely resell if you want to, of course. Okay. So, and if you look at the cost per box, it's like $92. If you look at it that way. If you take a 10-pack, it's a little bit more, it's like a bulk purchase. And if you resell each one at 167, you're actually making a profit of $791. And you buy your 10-pack at $879 US, and the cost per box is like $87.90. You see from 167 retail, and look at what you're actually buying them for when you're taking it as a member, you see? And of course, we have a 30-pack, which is very, very popular. It's 30 boxes of drops. You may take it for yourself, but a lot of people that invest into a 30-pack will most likely resell them. And when they do so, they actually have a profit of $2,500 right there. So the cost of a 30-pack is $2,499, or $2,499. And then, of course, you make a profit of $2,500, meaning that you repay yourself plus a profit in hand. So this is very, very good business. And when you're taking a 30-pack, it's almost like the cost per box is $83 US. So that's for our friends who are from the United States of America. And of course, you have to factor the tax and shipping. Each state will have different taxes and all that. Like Texas, they don't have taxes, but again, these amounts don't include taxes because, of course, each state will have a different tax regiment. But in Canada, kind of the same thing. Taxes will vary from province to province. So if you take a 4-pack in Canada, it's a $300 profit if you're going to resell 3 boxes, for example, and keep 1 for yourself, or you can simply use the 4 box for yourself because, like I said, again, a good hormonal rebalancing takes 3 to 4 months. You see, so the cost is $500 for the 4-pack. And the cost per each box is $125. But remember, when you're buying a box of drops in Canada as a member, it's $166. But if you take it on the 4-pack, you're buying it each at $125. So it's cheaper on the 4-pack. So it's $500 plus tax and shipping. And if you resell 3 and you keep 1 for yourself, you actually made a profit of $300 after repaying yourself. So this is pretty good business, of course. And on the 10-pack in Canada, you make a profit of $810 if you want to resell, 9 boxes and keep 1 for yourself. You're actually buying each box for $119. That's the average cost per box because the 10-pack is $1,190 in Canada plus tax and shipping. And of course, this is in the scenario if somebody wanted to resell the drops for $200 each. And in Canada, we also have a 30-pack, which will give you a profit of $2,500 in average. The 30-pack is $3,500 Canadian. And in this case here, you're actually buying each box for $116. So you can use it for yourself, but most people will, when they go for a big pack, it's those who are really business minded and who understand the power of what we have in terms of the opportunity. So when they take it, because there are so much perks and advantages when you take the bigger packs. Because for those, for example, who become members, who become brand partners, who also want to, utilize their virtual online, their virtual store and build an online business with all of our products, it actually gives you extra points that actually elevates your earnings. And you can be elevated to the level we call top pay, which is the level we call ultimate. So there are so many different perks that comes with buying the bigger packs. But again, you get in where you fit. If you want to get in and take 1 box, that's fine. If you want to get in with a 4-pack and start like that, every scenario is okay because you won't be doing it by yourself. You're joining a community and we'll be doing it together and we'll teach you and help you along the way. For those who are also going to, consider not just using the products, but becoming a member or a brand partner, it's the same thing. And understand that you have an online franchise like a Tim Hortons or a McDonald's online. Imagine it's a franchise as well. And we're not going to just let you figure out how you're going to go about your business because we have our own social media system. You can turn your social media into a profit, system using our proven system of growth. And we have an app called Boards. Through that app, you can program all of your campaigns and it's all made for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's all there. It's a simple copy and paste, and you can pretty much launch your online business through social media. We're going to teach you all of that, just to know that the avenues we have are so diverse, and you can really, really, really not only revamp your health, but you can also revamp your finances as well, impact community and people around you. See, there's so much that can be done here. Now, this is a vision that I wanted to share tonight in terms of where are we going with this. The company is still a brand new company, 3 years only, debt-free. Visionaries in terms of the founders, they have put together a 50-year plan and a 100-year plan as well. They have a bill of rights protecting their brand partners. So it's amazing. I haven't seen this in this field, really. A company that will give us a bill of rights and that will have a 50-year plan and also with a 100-year plan. Now, you look at where we are today. This is us today, right here. PartnerCo is right there. You see, so it's just, we can consider it a startup, okay? And we are in that phase. But again, look at the gap, the opportunity gap between now and when we will enter into hyper growth, the momentum, the critical mass. When we talk about critical mass, that's when thousands of people are just asking to go in. This is where everybody wants in. They want a piece of it. BP, everybody wants in. Everybody wants in. Remember when Apple came up with the iPhone at the very beginning, there were lineups that would people would go line up for 3 days to wait, so that they will not miss out, on when the store would open so that they can get their device. That's critical mass. Everybody wants in. Everybody wants their iPhone. Well, in our industry, it also happens. The phenomenon of critical mass. When you look at the drops and how they are so viral already, you look at all the different components we have. Right now, the company is already past 350 million in sales. We are actually a $400 million company in sales, debt free. You see, this is just a startup, really. Now, what's going to happen when we reach the $1 billion mark? So when you look at all these market, forecasting, and you look at where you're at, nobody knows about it in your city, in your neighborhood, in your province, maybe, you see? So we all have the same opportunity in terms of wow. And if you look at it from this business perspective, look at the opportunity gap. It's so big. And again, this is not going to happen overnight. This is just to show you that this is where we are today and this is where we're going. There's such a huge opportunity gap, you see, and we know that they say that to have a serious opportunity, to create, let's say, financial freedom, you need to be able to fulfill an unfulfilled need, meaning that you discover a need that hasn't been fulfilled yet, and you offer a unique solution available to the masses. This is what we have. We have unfulfilled needs of all kinds, metabolism, weight, menopause, hormones, you see, chronic diseases. We have all these different issues. It's still an unfulfilled need. And nowadays, we are talking more and more of the longevity economy. I don't know if you've heard it already, but this is what's happening nowadays. The longevity economy. What's the longevity economy? Other people call it, there's another name, hack something. I forgot the name, but it's biohacking. Some people call it biohacking. You can hack your biology with your, finding nutrients and vitamins. You can shop for your own nutrition and hack your biology, for the best, for the better, of course. So the longevity economy nowadays, this is what they say in the US. A study revealed that 50% of the US population has listed natural health or natural well-being, wellness, as a top priority in their spendings. This was determined by how people are spending. They see that in the spendings of people, well-being, wellness is now a top priority in how people spend their money. This is 50% of the US population today. See what I mean? So this is why we can talk about the longevity economy. People become conscious that, the medical system, the pharmaceutical system, the food industry, people know that something's not right with these, systems we have in place. So people are now looking for ways on their own. They're shopping for these vitamins and minerals and systems and solutions to feel better because they just came up to the realization that they're not getting the answers from the traditional system in place. You see? So just to share with you that there's a huge opportunity gap, and let's go on the ground. I'm doing the same thing here in Calgary, wherever you live, let's put our boots and let's go on the field, on the ground. Let's go in the trenches and let's go spread this message of, prosperity, in health and longevity. I call it really marketing life more abundantly. This is really what it is. We're not selling drops. We are marketing life. Life in the way Christ has described it, life more abundantly, health more abundantly, good sleep, energy, a body that doesn't ache. You can walk at 80 years old, without having, the need of a walker. You could be 100 plus and still do your joggings. You see what I mean? And have mental clarity. You see, most people don't think in that way, but it is possible. So we have, a huge opportunity gap. And the more and more we go in time, the more people will be looking for people like us. The more we go in time. And these are things that were said way back in the days by people like Paul Zane Pilzer. He said already back in the days that the more we go in time, the more we're going to see that people will be looking for ways, you see, to to self-help themselves, with natural health, or different, maybe in different industries. But the self-help industry in for us in natural health, this is like the future. People are looking to be coached, are looking to be taken care of by somebody who can actually take the time to explain to them, this is what the drugs will do for you. See what I mean? So this is really where the future is going. So if you're here, you are definitely at the right place. Okay. So, yeah. So you simply get in where you fit in, okay? And I really recommend that you dream big. Okay, we can dream big. Let's dream big. Like I was saying earlier, the whole notion of the fit for destiny, movement, or the vision, the movement that I'm launching, is really, we need to dream big. Because if your body is telling you that you have no energy, if your body is telling you that you may not make it, if your body is telling you that there's too much pain, it affects your ability to dream. You see what I mean? So we can dream again. We can feel good again. We can really believe that whatever we haven't accomplished yet can be accomplished. Whatever we haven't fulfilled yet can be fulfilled. The cemeteries are the places that are the most wealthy places on earth, because people die with their dreams and inventions and books and things that they were supposed to do, but they never, did it. So we can dream big, and I really recommend that we act now.
I loved what I heard. I love the new format. I love um, the vision, fit for destiny. I really, really love it. Now it's like I feel like I'm in a movement now. So I
Wow.
love it. Yes. Um, I want to thank God when you first talked to me about the drops. Uh, One thing when I took them, as Carmelo, I think said,
Carmela.
Carmela said, because when I woke up, when I used to wake up in the morning, I used to be so tired, and no more. I feel lots of energy for during the day, because I'm a person. My out my peak of energy, it's near 4 p.m. This is where I am really into doing things. But the morning were always so hard for me to go through. Not anymore. So I thank God for that. I thank God for Optimal V. Those are vitamins
Yeah,
for the
Optimo V.
heart.
Yeah.
Yes, heart, eyes, skin, and lungs. I took one bottle and I saw so many difference in my health. First, you know that Popo, many times I had problem on TIA, problem with my heart, and not anymore. Okay,
Wow.
and also I had a vision problem in my left eyes. Um, I had I had lost the central vision years ago, but I still had the peripheral vision. Last March, not April, I had a type of accident and I lost uh, the symptom like were like a whiplash, um, and I lost the peripheral vision. When I started to take the optimal V, I remember I was in a Zoom with you when I was talking about telling my testimony, and then I closed my right eye, and I realized I was able to see what was on my left side. So the Lord used this to restore my peripheral vision on the left side. Not yet the right side of the left eye, but the left side. And I can see clear more and more as times go by. And one thing I always take every day, uh, it's the mower, and I can see the difference um, in overall energy, health, the way I feel during the day, and also my skin.
And I had for years an alopecia problem. So that's why I'm always using um, hair wigs and things like that. This morning, I don't know. I felt like, okay, let me check the extent of the alopecia since I'm taking, and I realized hair is growing
Wow.
all over.
Wow.
So there were places you could see there was the skin was dead, totally dead. There was nothing there, and they told me it will not grow again. It's growing, and
Wow.
it's the hair is the length of half of my finger now. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a big improvement. And as Pastor Harriet said, I'm taking the Renew every night. So I can see the difference with different products, and I thank God for the day you told me about it. And the more and more I'm having, I'm telling people, and I can see the difference in their lives, their own lives. I realize this is good news. We need to go and share absolutely the same way the gospel, but also, as you said, no destiny if you're not in good health.
Mhm.
Whatever the Lord is calling you to do, if you don't have the body to carry your spirit and go do it,
Mhm.
oh, you are not effective for
Mhm.
the kingdom of God. So I thank God for that, and I thank God for you who came and talked to me um, and introduce the products to me. And I can say also, this is exactly what I've been looking for many years, many years. And I thank you so much.
Wow. That's wow. That's I didn't even know about the hair. My
Yes,
goodness.
I didn't know too, because you don't look when you use wigs and all things, you don't really care about your
Mhm.
looking in the mirror to see how the back of your hair look like. I just know um it was like this for many, when I say many years, many years, because the stress when I don't know, it's a condition related to stress, okay? So even though during the years I can see some when things are, when I not going through a lot of stress, and I can see the l'étendue is less, but there's always a spot who was like totally clear. I
Mhm.
couldn't, there was nothing going there. But now, not only the the area as hair, but the spot who used to not have no hair is growing there.
Wow. To the
Yeah,
size of your finger.
yeah, exactly. The length is the size. Some places it's even the length of my whole finger, my entire
Wow.
finger. Hmm.
Wow. That's huge.
Yes, it is for me, because I've been looking for a solution for years. For years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. And I've been hearing a lot of testimonies with Vinali and Everglow for
Okay.
hair regrowth. So just imagine if you add all of
Mm.
that, give yourself a year and that's it. The wig industry will lose
Wow.
you as a customer.
Absolutely. Like Pastor Harriet, I will save a lot of money in going with buying wigs and things like that.
Wow, wow,
Thank
wow,
you so
wow.
much for,
Yeah, the,
yes.
the wig industry is a $10 billion industry. 10 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
10 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I've searched it online and I saw a study, an economic study, saying that wigs, it's a $10 billion industry.
Yes, you
And if
told me
a lot
that
of women
before.
can regrow their hair naturally with our products, or just imagine, we can go grab a chunk of that
Mm.
market, put them here.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Wow.
much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing the testimony. I didn't even know that. So it's just amazing to hear new stuff, new things, new stories on a daily basis. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, so and as we go, you'll see, we're going to grow this Zoom, this platform, the movement, and we're going to create, by the grace of God, plenty of testimonies all over. So wherever you are, let's put our boots, let's go on the ground, and let's keep spreading this message. I'll be looking forward to seeing you next week at the same time. God bless you all. Bye-bye.